big dreams, big goals. But when it's time to act, you just lie down and procrastinate. Hello, everyone. Have you ever felt extremely ambitious? You have these huge dreams, high standards, and a really strong desire to live a better life. But strangely, when it's time to actually take action, laziness just completely takes over. It's not because you don't want success, but because the idea of starting feels incredibly hard. If this sounds like you, then this video is absolutely made for you. You know, a lot of people misunderstand laziness. Often, what you're feeling isn't laziness at all, it's mental exhaustion. You have too many thoughts swirling in your head. Too much pressure you're putting on yourself. Too much comparison with what others are doing. Your mind is just plain tired, and it has nothing to do with your character being weak. When your brain is overloaded, its natural response is to shut down and seek comfort, which looks a lot like laziness. So the first step is to stop blaming yourself for being lazy and start asking if you're mentally drained. Ambitious people often fall into this trap. Your goals are huge, far away, and honestly, pretty intimidating. So your brain, trying to protect you, chooses the safest option: delay. It's not because you're incapable, but because the task feels so overwhelming that you don't even know where to begin. Imagine wanting to climb Mount Everest. If you only focus on the distant icy peak, you'll be paralyzed. The key is to focus on just taking that first step out of base camp. And here's another secret. Laziness often comes from perfectionism. You want the perfect result. You want the perfect plan. You're waiting for that perfect moment to start. The problem is, perfection becomes the ultimate excuse to never get started at all. You convince yourself that it's better to wait until everything is just right. But let me tell you, it is so much better to start messy than to have a perfect plan that you never act on. This next part is really important. Don't lower your dream. Lower your starting standard. If your long-term goal is to exercise for an hour every day, just start with 5 minutes. If you want to write a 1,000-word article, start with just 100 words. A small, concrete action is infinitely more powerful than a big intention that never leaves your head. These small wins build momentum and make the next step feel much easier. Let's also talk about energy. Motivation comes and goes. It's unreliable. Truly productive people don't just sit around waiting for motivation to strike. They actively manage their energy. This means getting enough sleep, eating food that fuels you, reducing distractions that drain your focus. When your physical and mental energy levels are stable, that feeling of laziness naturally starts to fade away. If you wait to feel in the mood to do something important, you'll probably wait forever. Instead of relying on feelings, create simple systems. This could be having fixed work hours, making a tiny to-do list with just 3 items, or having a rule that you have to work on your goal for just 2 minutes, even when you don't feel like it. A little bit of discipline built into a system will always beat waiting for a big wave of motivation. Finally, realize that procrastination is actually exhausting. It might feel comfortable in the moment, but it's secretly draining your energy. That task you're avoiding doesn't just disappear, it stays in the back of your mind, creating low-level stress and guilt. That constant mental pressure slowly eats away at your energy. Sometimes just starting the task is the best form of rest because it frees up all that mental space. Ambition should be something that inspires you, but without action, it just turns into a heavy burden of pressure and guilt. A little bit of progress every single day is so much better than having big dreams that stay untouched and just make you feel bad. So, if you feel like you're ambitious but lazy, it doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It just means you need a more human, a more gentle approach. Stop blaming yourself. Start small. Build simple systems, and protect your energy. You don't need a dramatic change today. You just need to start small and stay consistent. Because successful people aren't the most motivated ones. They're the ones who keep moving forward, even when they feel lazy. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe share it with a friend who's also a bit ambitious but lazy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.